Hello and welcome to the Business Spotlight interview series. I'm your host Sonali Nigam, and today I'm joined by Hassan Miremadi, Managing Director at Exotic Limited. Hi Hassan, thank you so much for joining us.
It's a great pleasure.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for being part of the podcast. Would you like to kick us off with a brief background as to who you are and what you do?
Sure. Well, I emanate from Iran, although I've been living in the UK for over 60 years. Basically, this business idea started from our business that we have in Iran, which is a very successful farm growing Iranian pistachios. So we started importing those some 20 years ago. But unfortunately, legislation changed and new restrictions were placed. So we kind of took a back seat. So we restarted Exotic, basically eh, importing not just from Iran, but globally. So we import from US, from Vietnam, from China, and a number of other countries. So that's how but the starting point really was selling pistachios in the first place. We still sell pistachios, but sadly not from Iran because of new restrictions and new constraints and new sanctions. So we had
Right.
to dramatic change in our business to deal with that change in legislation.
So that is how you started, Hassan. That's quite interesting. So, I mean, almost spending so many years within the business, what do you attribute your growth to?
Well, basically, to be aware of what's going on and to look ahead and to be prepared to change serious challenges, which a lot of businesses encounter, and not to give up, you know. So problems come up, obstacles present themselves. So to succeed, you need to be able to adapt and to react to what's happening around you. And that, of course, the speed of that change is gathering momentum by the day, as we all know.
Mhm. You've mentioned about an interesting point, which is, overcome the obstacles, whatever has come in your way. And talking about that, what would you say are biggest learning as an owner of the business running successfully?
Well, as I say, mainly flexibility to react to what happens around you because nothing stays the same. The customer demand changes, competition changes, a great deal of change takes place. So the most important thing is to be aware of what's going on around you and to anticipate and plan ahead.
Thank you so much for answering that. So, Hassan, there are a lot of business owners listening to you. So, what are some common misconceptions about running a business, and how do you address them?
Well, as I say, when you see successful business people, it kind of encourages you to think about doing it, but it takes more than that. You have to have commitment, you have to have passion, you have to be prepared to face difficult times. I don't know of any business that hasn't had face difficult times. So that's the ingredients for success really. Is commitment, is to be serious and to be prepared to deal with challenges and to try and stay ahead of the market trends.
Mhm. So, overcome the obstacles and try and stay ahead. That's basically what my key takeaways were from your answer. So, because we need to make sure the interview is full of learning, what challenges are you facing currently in your business, if I can ask that?
Oh, very, very many challenges. I mean, first and foremost, Brexit had a tremendous impact on our business because we
Yeah.
had to make an awful lot of changes. Uh, some of the new legislation has caused, serious problems. Um, and now that, for example, currently the change in employment law is now made us, we were seriously thinking of doing certain things which we've had to amend. So we have had some very, very serious challenges, which so far, thankfully, we've managed to deal with successfully.
Wow, thank you so much for being honest while you discuss about your challenges. But can I also ask when because uh, any business works only with with the employees, works successfully while with the employees around it. So, what qualities do you look for in employees when you hire them, and how do you foster a positive and a productive work environment?
Well, I think the most important thing is to to find employees who share your dream, who are looking more than just a 9 to 5 job and a paycheck at the end of the month. So it's just identifying those people who share your dream, who are prepared to give 100% commitment. That's the major challenge, really.
Mm-hmm. So finding those people out there who have similar vision what you have for your business. That's exactly what I could understand. So we've talked about various aspects about your business, Hassan. So talking about your personal life a bit. So how do you balance your personal life with the demands of running a business?
With great difficulty. Because I think, you know, I am I could almost be described as a workaholic.
Uh-huh.
And, the challenge of the business to me is the major challenge, and certainly I've had to make sacrifices in order to achieve that in the past, and certainly my wife would most definitely agree with that remark. She's been at the receiving end of it, but I've done my best. But it does, especially when the situation changes, when you have to put extra hours in, when you have to relocate, it causes serious problems, which you and your family have to be willing to live with, and accept.
Of course, the family is at the receiving end, Hassan. I mean, whatever decision you take, so completely agree on that. And that is quite inspirational because you have had the most honest answers, which I completely loved. And I'm sure our audience have learned and picked up so many things. So, is there any closing remark before we wrap up or a golden nugget that you would like to share with the audience?
Not really. No, it's just, be focused, be prepared to deal with change, which is, as I said, is increasing. The rate of it is changing rapidly.
Mhm.
Be flexible and stay firm and stay committed. That's all I can say, really.
Thank you so much for your time today, Hassan. It was great meeting you and learning so much about your journey. And to everyone watching, I look forward to see you in my next episode. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.